It was the final weekend of the English Premier League. All the matches were played yesterday, and we have a champion in England, and that is Manchester City. They've won it for the 4th straight year. They picked Arsenal to the title. Arsenal, both teams did their business at the weekend, but City were already top before that game, and eventually emerged champions. We're doing a preview of all the games we saw this past weekend, particularly the games involving the top two. And of course, as the weeks go by, we'll be doing our season wrap-up actually. Yes, tomorrow we'll have team of the week. The final week has to have a team of the week, and then we'll have our team of the season as we move along. We'll give our awards as well, best players and all of that. So you want to stick around in the next few weeks for all of that. My name is Anthony Ajulu one more time. The guys are all here. There's Bode Bruno in here. There's Triple in here. There's Nicholas Ayamene in here as well. There's the able cameraman there. There's contestant what?
504.
Contestant 504. That's like a car.
504.
You just Anthony back then, the 504 car. You know, it looks cute and rugged.
Yes. Like
presidential car with that one time.
Like what we had.
Everybody gets 504. It was once the president's car now.
How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Everybody's fine.
Everybody's fine. I'm better, please.
Everybody's fine.
I'm better.
Everybody's fine.
I should not be good.
Right.
If Bode is good, I am better.
Let's take a word from one of the We'll come back and then we'll begin the show properly. Don't go anywhere. Alright, welcome back to the show. Let's just reel out the results from the matches we saw on the final weekend in the English Premier League. All the matches were played yesterday at 4 p.m. Nigerian time. The big one was, or the big ones involved Arsenal and Man City. Arsenal won their game against Everton 2-1. Everton took the lead through a deflected free kick from 𝐒𝐨𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜𝐭𝐞𝐝 but goals from Kai Havertz and Takehiro Tomiyasu gave them a 2-1 win in that one. But again, it wasn't enough because Man City, courtesy of a brace from Phil Foden and of course one goal from Rodri. Of course, we saw a very, very excellent bicycle kick from Mohamed Kudus to give West Ham a consolation there, but Man City won that one by 3-1. We also saw Tottenham Hotspur claim a 3-0 victory away at Sheffield United. Luton Town were beaten at home by Fulham 4-2. Liverpool claimed a 2-0 victory over Wolverhampton Wanderers. The final game of the 𝐬𝐭𝐾𝐝 Klopp era. The final goal of the 𝐬𝐭𝐾𝐝 Klopp era was scored by Jarell Quansah. I think it's fitting. 𝐬𝐭𝐾 Klopp gave him his chance as well this season. Chelsea claimed a 2-1 victory over Bournemouth. Nottingham Forest 2-1 winners away at Burnley. Manchester United went to Brighton and claimed a 2-0 victory. I saw something interesting about this game. I'll get to that in a bit. Newcastle 4-2 winners over Brentford as well. Let's start with let's just talk about the two games that involve the potential title winners at the end of the day, Arsenal and Man City. But let me start with you. It was expected that both teams would do their business. They did their business, but Arsenal only have themselves to blame for dropping points when they didn't need to.
Oh well, dropping points is inevitable, Anthony, whether we like it or not. But again, Arsenal will look back at that game, that Villa game where they lost at the Emirates, because that would be one of the games where they would have looked at and felt, okay, home games, we should sort it out. But that Villa game just, all but ended the dream to win the Premier League this season. Even on the final day, they found it difficult to even get the game against Everton across the line. You'd expect them that, knowing what could, pan out eventually, they should go all out there and actually get the result. But again, I like Everton. Despite no worry of relegation, they went to the Emirates and showed that they made life difficult for Arsenal, made a proper game out of it, and it was nice to see. While that was happening, City on the other end, started their own journey very early on final day. And looking at both teams, and after the game, the City West Ham game, Rodri did come out and say that it all boils down to the mentality. That mentality to always win, even when you have your backs against the wall. And it did highlight when Arsenal came to the Etihad Stadium. He said that game, even City players, Pep himself was actually worried because they expected Arsenal to come there and actually show the desire to win. But rather, the kind of body language they got from Arsenal was, oh, let's come here and not lose. But in the City situation, you look at the fact that every given game, they feel whether home or away, let's kill these people and just, push for the Premier League. So at the end of the day, the team that deserves it the more, or wanted it the more, has gone ahead to win it.
I always say you cannot fluke a 38-game season. any team that emerges champion at the end of the season, at the end of 38 games, at the end of 9 months, deserves to win the title. That's what I always say. So there's no fluke, there's no we deserve it or we don't deserve it. 0700923923923, number to call 0700923923923. You can send us messages on WhatsApp at 08173136193, 08173136193 to send your WhatsApp messages to Triple O. All the banter aside, all the teasing and trolling to Arsenal, there's a feeling that losing builds character. Losing, you learn lessons when you lose. You knew where you got you wrong and all of that. Arsenal appear to have learned a few lessons from the previous season. They got more points than they did the previous season when they finished second, and then they didn't lose it in the final weeks of the season. They did their own part. Yes, they dropped points against Aston Villa a few weeks back, but in the final weeks of the season, they did it. Is this shaping up to be a title-winning team by Mikel Arteta? That's my question.
Yes, that's the next thing you expect. I beg your pardon. That's the next thing you expect from an Arsenal side. In Mikel Arteta, Arsenal, I think this should be his 4th season. So he's going into his 5th season. When you're giving a manager 5 years to build, to win championship, you expect the 5th season to be the season where he wins it. For Arsenal, yes, they lost the league, but they are going to, I mean, they should hold their heads high. They should hold, they should take the positives from the season, that even without a potent striker, without an out-and-out striker that, is supposed to get the goals for them. I mean, you look at what City had that Arsenal did not have this season. City had a certain Erling Braut Haaland who got goals for them. He also was a factor last season. Yes, he got in Phil Foden for City, who got a lot of goals for them. Arsenal also got in players as well with Declan Rice's inclusion. So it can only get better. They have to look at where they need to strengthen going into next season if they are going to win the league. First is the mentality, like Brody mentioned. Second is that they have to get striker. They have to get a goal scoring striker in there as well.
All right, Brody, you want to add something very quickly?
For Arsenal, I doubt if the problem was having an out-and-out striker, because you look at it,
scored so many goals. Spread the goals across the team.
Exactly.
They scored so many goals and considered less as well.
Yep.
I think I'll stick more to mentality than not scoring goals, because you can bring in an out-and-out striker and they wouldn't fit in at the end of the day. So I think for Arsenal, the way Mikel Arteta set up his team, at least he had an Nketiah on the bench who hadn't even played this season. Yeah. So
okay, for you guys out there, let us know what you think. Was it a mentality thing or a personnel thing for Arsenal? Why they lost the league this season? Could they have gone on to win it if they had certain players, like Triple O suggested, if they had an out-and-out striker who could give them 25-30 goals a season, or did they just lack the mentality?
In addition to what they already have,
like Rodri said. Let us know. But Nicholas, let me come to you. I have to go on the break, but very quick, let me come to you. Has Pep Guardiola redefined what it takes to win the title? Because Arsenal got 89 points.
Yep.
Arsenal got the most wins this season. Arsenal scored the most goals, probably considered the fewest as well. Arsenal were excellent in all ramifications this season, but they did not win the league. We've seen Liverpool do 92 points.
Yep.
We've seen Liverpool do 97 points and 99 points and did not win the league. Are we getting to a stage where you have to be really, really perfect to beat this Pep Guardiola team?
I think the stake is high. Someone was talking about Guardiola should leave the Premier League, and I'm like, no. I mean, if you want to be the champion, you have to be the champion. So whatever strategy Guardiola has going on, I think you just have to outsmart him. You have to outbeat him for you to win the Premier League. But for Arsenal, I think they gave it all. They tried everything they could. But irrespective of all the banter, I would say Arsenal this, Arsenal that. I think they were quite decent, and just like Triple said, I think this is a Premier League winning team. Come next season, they probably might go in again for another round. But then again, you must give it up for Guardiola. I think he has been able to change the English Premier League. Even the likes of Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, they look back and say, okay, look, I think this guy has done something beyond football. He has been able to change everything as it concerns winning the Premier League. You have to work hard. You have to work extra.
You have to be perfect.
You have to be perfect, as a matter of fact.
I don't understand.
Anthony, we can hand over this City team to some other managers
and
they will dominate this one. I think the
not.
credit has to be on the way Pep has been able to motivate these players.
Exactly.
Despite winning the treble last season, he still found a way to tell them, guys, we need to do a fourth straight. And these players have found a way to just trust the manager.
Trust the
At City, you hardly find players subbing. I don't regularly. Everyone knows that it's a squad, and when you're called upon, just do.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment and like. Thank you.